It's not really an easy task to land yourself the first job. However, if you follow the right practice or the right steps, can get you recognized or seen by a recruiter. So for this video, I'm going to share some tips and tricks how to get yourself seen and how to land your first job in the tech industry. A lot of people who are getting laid off from their job, they've been in their job for X amount of years. We can see that a trend that is going on right now with a lot of the tech companies. You have the seniors who were laid off and they are applying for jobs. So that brings you in the same waters or in the same field as a senior developer. So that can be very intimidated or very complicated for you. But with all that being said, you still have the chance of getting a role over a senior level developer. And here are the reasons why. So companies are looking for ways to make things easier. That way they can push out mass volumes of items or products or services. Most companies believe that the newly graduate or the fresh developers, they can come in and bring some new technology or some new techniques in their company, which is true. The developers that are coming in right now into the tech industry, they're learning the latest techniques, they're learning the latest technology. Whereas you have senior developers, they stuck in their old ways. Seniors believe that you should start from foundation. They believe that you should know how to code. You should know how the system works. You should know everything from the back end and front end. They've been in the industry for a long time, and they strongly and stand by it that you should know how things work, which is true. You have to, when you're coming in as a developer, you have to know how certain things work. For example, you have to know how software operates with the hardware. That way you can create great software because you know how the hardware works. So that is something I'm not going to disagree with. However, with the competition and the high demand of products or items, companies need things that can handle the mass volume and push out services faster. So for example, you want to build a good website, you have templates you can follow and push out website because you're getting a lot of clients. Most developers who went to school prior 5 years ago or 6 years ago, they probably learned C or C++, which is not really such a demand language right now. Newer developers are learning Python. Newer developers are learning TypeScript, and they're coming in with so many different frameworks and softwares and techniques that a lot of companies are looking for. So that's the upper hand of you as an entry-level developer. That's some type of skills that you can bring to a company. Now, the problem that a lot of people are facing right now when they're sending out their resume, they're applying for jobs, and they're not getting any callbacks. It's how you applying and the way you are applying for those roles. So you have the proper way or the advanced way of applying for a job, and you also have the general way. So the general way for applying for a job is filling out the application, sending your resume with the application, and then moving on. And the advanced way is doing a little bit more, like reaching out to the recruiter, tailoring your resume or your application or your profile. So here is tip number 1 for getting yourself a job. You have to niche down your route. People have to know you for something. People have to know you as a great data analysis. People have to know you as a great Linux administrator. People have to know you as a great web developer. Once you find your niche, once you find something that you enjoy or like, then you can expand yourself. Because in all honesty, when you're in the tech industry, it's required that you know more than one field. It doesn't matter which background you go in, you would need something else or a next set of technology or a next set of stack to accompany what you have. If I go on your LinkedIn page, I should tell who you are based on what you post. So if you're posting, if you say you're cybersecurity and you're posting stuff about data analysis, or you're posting stuff about mobile development, you can see the chaos that your LinkedIn may cause. The recruiter may say, okay, are you into mobile or are you into cyber? Like, how should I know? Where am I going here? Where are you going? Or what are you trying to attract? So you have to, if you're mobile, your LinkedIn page should be saturated with mobile. Your LinkedIn page should be saturated with React Native or Swift or Android. Your LinkedIn page have to match your personality. Tip number 2, bypass the requirements. Companies will put out a lot of requirements to weed out unnecessary application. Some of the job posting now that I'm seeing on LinkedIn, they are being a little bit more generous and a little bit more traditional by saying it may be nice to know XYZ. But some companies, they don't do it. They just give you a list of stuff that they requires, but you're not going to use it. So still apply. Press the apply button on LinkedIn and apply for that job. Tip number 3, track your job application progress. When you are applying for jobs, you have some companies that you really want to work for. They offer good pay. They have a good tech stack that you know and you would work with. Great location, great benefits. Save those companies, because here's the thing, they will always keep hiring. Keep going back and apply. How you can do that? With a job application tracker. This is a job application tracker and I made that myself. If you want a copy of this, check out the link in the description. Now, this job application tracker comes with a free resume template, which will be very useful for you if you're coming into tech. So this is the job application tracker that I've created myself. So the dashboards on top will display the action that is happening in the spreadsheet itself. I'm going to keep updating this spreadsheet. Once you have that link, you can always go back and re-download the updated version of the spreadsheet. On top will display how many applications that you sent out. For example, if I come here and I input 7, so this will be the 7th application that I'm filling out. Once I hit enter, it will automatically change to 7. And the second column is company name, and also the salary. Column B and column C, it will display the highest paying job that you applied for. So currently the highest paying job is Microsoft. Microsoft is paying $110. Now if I go and put in UPS at $200,000 a year, when I hit enter, it should automatically replace Microsoft. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, and you would see that Microsoft has shifted to the second place and UPS at the first place. So you want to keep a track of the top 5 highest paying jobs so you can always keep reapplying. Then you have the location column. Now once I paste the address in the location column, it will automatically show up in the link of location. And once you click on the link, it should take you to Google Maps and show you exactly where that company is located. If you delete the location as well, it will automatically delete the link of location. So I would hit enter and the link is gone. So you can go over here and either say apply, will apply, or maybe. On top is a visualization of your progress. So if I change this to will apply, it will automatically change the pie chart. And then you have where did you apply. Now the where did you apply column have a list of jobs website that you can go and apply for, and also the link to the resume. And what I highly recommend for the link to your resume, either you create a Google Drive account or a OneDrive account and you save every link that you applied for with that specific job. For example, if Walmart is looking looking for a React developer and you know React, you would want to tailor your resume for React specifically for that role in Walmart. Now, if Walmart is looking for probably TypeScript or JavaScript, you'd want to tailor your resume for TypeScript or JavaScript if you know it. And once you tailor your resume, do not delete the resume. Just take that copy of that resume, store it on your OneDrive or Google Drive, and add the OneDrive or Google Drive link to this column. That way, when you get the interview or you get a call, you have that exact resume that you applied for in front of you. You can filter out what you want to see. I'm going to remove these ones and keep the remote only. And when I hit OK, it should show me all the jobs that is remote. Tip number 4 for applying for a job and getting yourself seen is network. So when it comes to tech, who you know is greater than what you know. A lot of the tech companies, especially Google is a perfect example for this. They hire you based on referral. A lot of the tech companies, they have their referral programs. You would get in faster if you know someone that works at the company. So that would bring us to number 5. Reach out to the recruiter. Reaching out to the recruiter is also part of networking. There are steps that you have to take when reaching out to a recruiter. There are some things that you need to do, some do's and don'ts. When you're reaching out to a recruiter, you send a small message. In that message, you should have the role that you applied for or the number. Most of the job postings have a number. You put that number in the email. You also have to say in that message what makes you a good fit for that role, why you should be hired for that role. Also, in that message, throw in a call to action. That way the recruiter can get back to you when you ask certain question. You create some type of interaction between you and that recruiter. So just ask them a simple question as, when are you trying to fill in the role? When is the last day to send in the application? Is there any deadline or any timeline to this? So you ask them some type of question to build that interaction. When you send out your resume, you send the recruiter a small message just saying, hello, my name is XYZ, or my name is John Smith. I just applied for the role. Make sure you tell them that you applied for the role, because the last thing is that you don't want a recruiter to send you back a message saying, okay, you need to apply here. That means you're giving them work to do. Don't give recruiters work to do. They would like you if you make everything so simple for them. So you just say, I applied for the role. The role that I applied for is XYZ. So you give them the name of the role. So most of the job posting have a job number. You paste the job number so they know exactly which role you're applying for, and then you just say, I think I can make a great fit for this role. I have a background in this, or I'm coming from this field transferring into here. If you're an entry level, you just said, I'm a newcomer into the tech industry. However, I've worked on great projects. Here's my link to my GitHub page so you can take a look at my project. Just make sure your message sounds professional. Don't say, hey, what's up? Good morning, good night. You just keep it very simple. Hello, John Jones, or hello, David Smith. You want to have your resume well structured with keywords. Bold the keywords, and do not use colored resume. Use a black and white resume. Forget about tables, forget about pictures, forget about all those pretty fonts, forget about those little icons that you put on top of your personal information. For example, the house icon, the telephone icon, the LinkedIn icons. Those icons are SVGs or PNGs, and when it's going through an ATS, the ATS will stop your resume from reaching in front of a recruiter because they're picking up pictures. When the recruiter gets your resume, they're scrolling through your resume. What they want to see is keywords based on the description. That's why it's very important to tailor your resume based on the job description. A recruiter only looks at your resume for only 6 to 8 seconds. Also, you have to write your resume in certain order. So for example, if you do not have any background, then you have to prioritize projects. You have to prioritize your education. If you do have background or experience, then you have to prioritize your experience. You cannot enter the job market as an entry level without any projects. You have to create projects. That's number one. It's necessary. Back then, you could have go in and have a conversation with HR or have a conversation with the hiring person. They like how you presented yourself in the interview, you will get the job. It doesn't operate the same way today, because today everything is online. You do not get the opportunity or the chance to talk to a recruiter one-on-one so they can see how you communicate. You can talk about your experience, your background, your knowledge. You don't have that option anymore. So your projects have to talk for you. Now, if you download the resume template, I section off everything properly for you. So all you have to do is just delete the boilerplate text and just paste in your text. So those were my 5 techniques or tips or tricks that you can be using to get your foot into the tech industry. If this video brings some type of insight or you learn something from this video, please like, subscribe, share the video, and see you guys in the next video.